All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well. Peace and mercy to the Tazadak Akim out there that's laboring this truth with all sincerity. I want to say Shalom. All right, and today's topic is going to be a quick, basic topic, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, and I'm going to begin it with the book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 24. All right, this is a quick hit through the spirit. So it reads, "He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fear never the worse." All right, so those who believe in the Lord, if you believe in the Lord, which the Lord is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, all right, you would take heed to his commandments. All right, what is the word take? Let me go real quick, etymology real quick. What does the word heed mean? All right, so the word heed means to observe, to take care, attend, care for, take charge of, to guard, watch, to notice, to carefully attend. All right, so let's read it again. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 24. "He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment," meaning you pay attention, you carefully pay attention to the commandments. All right, because if you truly believed in the Lord, you would keep his commandments. All right, and the whole point of this lesson is not on being a hearer only. All right, not just being a person who just knows that they're a Hebrew Israelite. All right, not just saying that, not just knowing your tribe. All right, hey, I'm from the tribe of Judah, I'm from the tribe of Ephraim. Yeah, brother, it's bigger than that. Okay, we have to walk after the ways of Yahweh Shah, which when Yahweh Shah was on the scene, all right, he faced sufferings, temptation, all right, and throughout all of that, he remained obedient to the Lord. All right, the scriptures say how he didn't come to destroy the law, he came to fulfill it. All right, being that ultimate sacrifice for the children of Israel. All right, but the point is, when Yahweh Shah was on the scene, he did not sin. Meaning what? He kept the commandments. So if we believe in the Lord, we have to take heed to the commandments. All right, and this is really for the listeners. That it's for everybody. It's for myself as well. To carefully be more careful, pay more attention to the commandments, because when you keep the commandments to the best of your ability, you're pleasing the Lord. It pleases the Lord. This is how we show our obedience. All right, this is how we show our righteous deeds to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, so I want to get the book of James, chapter 2, verse 18. It says, I'm going to start from verse 17. And mind you, James is talking to the 12 tribes of Israel that was scattered abroad. All right. So it says, this is James chapter 2, verse 17. "Even so faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone." All right. Because faith without works is dead. You show your faith through your works in the Lord. That's how you show faith. You can't say you believe in something and you don't show no action behind it. It's just like a person who's trying to eat correctly. You may know the things, all right, that would feed your body, that would basically keep you healthy. You may know the information, you may believe the information, but it's an appliance to it. That's how you show that what you believe in. It's just like even a person that's investing into a stock or crypto. You have to actually put that investment into that crypto or stock to show that you believe in it, to show that you believe that it's going to grow. Okay? So it's the same thing with the Lord. You can't just have faith and not have any works behind it. And a lot of people bank, all right, their salvation just on faith alone. Like, they just believe, and with no works. All right. Yeah, it could be in certain cases, people who wake up at the very last minute, they just believe and get delivered. That's possible. But we're talking about the people, the Israelites that know that they're Israelites for quite some time. All right. Been listening to the videos, may have family members, may have friends. All right. That's, teaching the truth. Okay, it's bigger than just knowing that you're a Hebrew Israelite. You have to apply. You have to show you have to show your faith by your works. That's how you please the Lord. Okay, not just by listening to videos. All right, or even in ancient times, just reading scriptures. Even now, you can't. You reading the scriptures alone is not enough, because you have to apply the scriptures. All right, a person could read, like these Christians, they could read the book of Leviticus and still eat pork, still eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. You see what I'm saying? Still commit adultery. Still being a nigga in the world, and you can read the Bible. There's people who go to jail all the time and read the Bible and still don't apply what's written in the scriptures. So this is why James is saying, without faith without works is dead. Because it goes hand in hand. You show your faith by your works. It says, a man may say, thou hast faith and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by works. So he's saying, listen, I'll show you my faith by the work I do. And James showed his faith by being obedient to the Lord, by doing the work. All right, and applying the scriptures to his life, And I want to get something real basic of how can we keep, all right? How can we keep the commandments? But matter of fact, before I do that, I want to get this quick precept. This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 22. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. So you cannot be only a hearer. You have to be a doer. When you're doing something, you're applying it. You have to be a doer of the word. All right. It's just like a person. It's all the time we equate these examples like to the world, because that's like of a person in the world. They may know everything, but they're not doing it. They may have all this wisdom, knowledge on these different, in these different walks of life. They just have, might be knowledgeable in fitness, maybe knowledgeable in health, or knowledgeable in stocks, but they don't apply nothing. Their knowledge, the knowledge they have. It's the same thing with these scriptures. Same thing with the Lord. Do not be a hearer only, but be a doer, because when you a doer, you're showing your works to the Lord. All right. Now I want to give something very basic that that you should apply to your life, because with these scriptures that we read, we have to apply it to our lives to the best of our ability. So we're gonna go to the basics. So this is Exodus chapter 20. All right. And we're going to just read the 10 commandments real quick. We're going to skim through it. So this is Exodus 20, verse 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. All right. And he's referring to the Israelites, how he brought the Israelites out of the land of Egypt. All right. Out of the house of bondage, where we faced, I believe, 400 hardcore years in Egypt. All right. The Lord delivered us from out of that captivity. All right. The children of Israel. Yasha'Allah, Princess of Power. Verse 3, thou shalt have no other gods before me. So you shouldn't be a double-minded person. You shouldn't be saying, you don't worship Yahweh Shah. That right there. Or you know that you're an Israelite, but you still you believe in Allah too. It's all the same thing. No. The Lord said, this is simple. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Because I know people personally, you know, that's a Hebrew Israelite, all right, that end up turning into being a Muslim, all right? You know? So that's a perfect point. All right? So I'm gonna skip down. So it says, remember, verse 8, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. So we have to remember the Sabbath day, which the Sabbath day follows the new moon. All right? Which right now, you know, the Sabbath is from Monday sunset to Tuesday sunset. All right? And you keep it holy. All right? Don't be having sex, you know, going to the gym, you know, etc., etc. All right? Now I'm going to jump down to verse 12. It says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. So you have to honor your mother and your father. All right? Showing them reverence. Don't be a reprobate. Don't be a person, a delinquent, cursing your parents out. All right? Verse 13, thou shalt not kill. So don't be a murderer. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Don't be popping other men's women. Thou shalt not steal. Don't be a scammer. Don't be a thief, a robber. All right? Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Don't be a liar. All right? Verse 17, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet, Salakia, thou shalt not, let me read it again, this is Exodus 20:17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor. So don't be frightened and be jealous about what another man have and what possessions he have. All right? Worry about yourself. And a lot of people be, you know, coveting on other people's possessions, you know, and lives. And that's not the spirit you're supposed to be in. Okay? So these are the simple things that you should keep, you know. Don't be a covetous person. Don't be an adulterer. Don't be a murderer, and don't be a robber. And honor your father, your mother, and keep the Sabbath days holy. And don't put no other gods before Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, start with that. Start applying that to your life. All right? And be a doer. All right? Be a doer of the word. All right? And, you know, try to better yourself, you know, 1% every day. All right? And with that, you know, I'm going to wrap it up. Shalom.